It's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C Chung, and celebrity guests that you get nowhere else. That's right, but here on Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Go to our YouTube page, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, and check the exclusive situation all the way out, or catch it live. Get your comments on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends are back.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do.
Michael Sean wears
Tight shirts
every day.
I wear tight shirts cause I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning, at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirt. Tight shirt. Tight shirt. Tight shirt. Tight shirt. Tight Mike Sean with tight shirt. Not today, but a hoodie. Tight shirt. In the summertime. Tight shirt. Tight shirt. It's Friday, y'all. We got so much to talk about today.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck.
It's going to be a problem today. Dr. Umar got kids that he never talks about. LeBron James done stepped to Stephen A. Smith live at the Laker game. Oh my goodness. I don't even know who won the game. I just know during the game, LeBron, during the timeout, decided, ooh, there goes Stephen A. Smith. Let me have a chat with him. Oh, man, me and Dr. Umar, who knew we had one thing in common? We got daughters. But I see mine. I see mine. We got stupid dummies of the week. We even got a guest. If you from Philly, you from Jersey, you know him as Keith from Up the Block. He should be joining us on the show later on. He had a legendary show called Urban Expressions, along with a whole crew. Shout to Shelly. I should have really tried to get them both on. But anyway, we are here. So we got guests. We got drama. We got some more breaking news. Goodness gracious. From that sad Caleb Wilson incident. Oh, no, I shouldn't say incident. Sorry. Murder and tragedy of a young man. More updates. This is just getting worse, people. It's just getting worse. I'm not no lawyer, and I don't play one on here. But somebody going to prison. I don't know if it's the person that the lower end person, the person who actually did the malicious murderous act, whether by accident or, well, you know, I assume that the person didn't do it on purpose, or the people didn't do it on purpose. I assume that they didn't think they were going to kill that young man, but somebody going to prison. because the activity that happened afterwards, it's getting worse. But Dr. Umar, you got some splaining to do. You got some splaining to do. Something we need to know. I feel a little contradiction, a little hypocrisy. Not that I'm surprised. Not that I'm when you base your whole. I digress. Let us not get into that. Let us get into the good mornings. Let us get into my takeover legend community, our community, wishing everybody a happy Friday and a good morning. And over the first, guess who was up to bat first? Legs was really good. Legs got on here first. Good morning, Legs. Good morning, Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Good morning. LaShawn's up here saying good morning to everybody. Ashley Newman. They love us in these streets, Ashley. They love us in these streets. Let me see what we got. Miss Ashley got some more good mornings. I like showing. I for those who are scared. My queen is back. Asha, she is back from the cruise. And as anybody, I asked about, I said, where Asha? But they were like, the Nikki Barnes, she on the cruise. Or Miss Clark goes, she on the cruise. I said, oh yeah. So let me do how y'all women do. So, how was the cruise? Girl, how'd it go? Did you meet anybody? Come on, tell me what happened. Tell me, let us know how the cruise was. I forgot where you even went. Afro Queen, who I didn't know went to Africa. So you didn't miss some stuff. You didn't miss some stuff. We're gonna try and keep you up to speed. Good morning, good morning. Miss Parker, I'll say good morning. Y'all all say good morning. Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker, Miss Parker. That's what it is. Word up, Legs. Good morning, right back at you. It is Friday. We done made it to another Friday. Every therapist will tell you, you are not supposed to live for the weekend. Well, damn it. Like I always say, you shouldn't make these damn weekdays so freaking hard. Just my rocking Ezekiel tank crop top. For those who don't know that reference, Ezekiel Elliott was a running back for the Dallas Cowboys. When I made this song, I was working in Dallas on a station called K104, and was joking that he was always wearing a crop top. So that's why the reference, I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top. Some of y'all like, so what? But that was the point. If you lived in Dallas, it was funny. It's like if Saquon Barkley wore Ezekiel crop tops, Philly would be like, oh, we get it, Mike. We get it. I don't know if this happy mood is going to last, but for some reason, people, I'm going to embrace this happy mood. I don't know what it is. I don't know much, but I know I'm in a good mood. And y'all should be happy about that shit. Because y'all know sometimes I come up here wilding because I lost my backpack. So we got to keep them up the block. If you never watch Urban Expressions, I got questions. for the homie. So he's going to stop by. Also a comedian. Also does a bunch of things. Also a teacher. All that good stuff. Ashley Newman. Y'all saying good morning to everybody. I saw this morning, shake my head, and it's Ron to pure trash. Oh, you talking about Umar. You must be talking about Dr. Umar. That what you talking about? That what you talking about, Dr. Umar? Where these kids come from? Oh, ain't you the one with all my black beautiful queens? My black beautiful queens. Listen, this is why on our little show that can, I tell y'all where I have fallen short in life. I tell y'all where I'm falling short in life right now, up to date. Not just a few years ago, a few weeks ago. I tell you where I'm falling short today. When Jay Black says, "Damn, you." When Jay Black says, "Oh, you just cracks me up with the honesty." Yes, I need to be honest with y'all. Y'all don't need y'all. If y'all find something out about me, I want it to be like you go like, yeah, well, he told us something like that. You can't keep calling people Black Queen. We have done the Black Queen. And then they have two daughters who say they haven't talked to you and you won't return their phone calls. And one daughter's reaching out trying to find her sibling and you can't get. Now, listen, we need both sides of the story. We need both sides of the story. But Dr. Umar, you don't never want to hear both sides of the story. You don't ever want to hear both sides of the story. Never. But I digress. Miss Parker, saying what's up to Nikki. Ashley hit Nikki. Shelly, I'm doing a quick pop in my. Oh my God, Shelly, I'm so sorry. We are so sorry to hear that, Shelly. So sorry. And you absolutely know you don't even have to ask for our prayers. We will definitely have you in our prayers and have your mom in her transitioning in our prayers. We are so sorry. And I don't know what to say except what we always say. You don't have my phone number. And I don't know if you have anybody's phone number in the group. Now I forgot. I don't know if you've ever told us where you're at. If you want us around, if you want us at the services and you're in the Jersey area, at Mike Sean Comedy is the Instagram. I don't know if you have my number, if you have somebody's number in this group, if that's what if you want our support, anybody who can make it will make it. And we are a community. And I say that with the deepest sincerity. And these people in this, I put these comments up all the time is because these people have been there for me and we will be there for you. And if all I got is to make you laugh and that's what you need and that's my job, then I'll be there. We will all be there. So please, in time, whenever, whatever, and if you do want us to be present, those that can make it, we will. Obviously, there are people out of state. If it's here in Jersey, just please let me know. We sincerely love you and love your support and each and every one, every person on here I know has already sent up a prayer for you and your family. So I know you gotta pop in quick and but the Instagram, I don't know if you're on Instagram, on Facebook, send me, I don't know if we're friends, just send me anything if you would like to. Either way, we're here at the show for you. So my truest condolences to you and your family. And we have nothing but incredible love and support for you. So y'all I'll see it. Please send them prayers, Shelly and her family, on this Friday morning, March 7th. March 7th. So please, man. Oh, that's tough. Nikki, what's up? Yeah, Diane, condolences to the family. Sorry for your loss, Michelle. Yes. We're getting older. It's so sad. Yes. So if you can, if you're ready, when you're ready, and if you don't, just let me know at Mike Sean Comedy on Instagram, at Mike Sean Comedy. If you would like our support, if you'd like us to be there in any way, and if our support is just by giving you an escape here in the morning time, then that's it. It's all We here. We here. I think I said this to Nikki in a text message, and I've said this to everybody here. Y'all have gotten me through the lowest of lows just waking up to do this. I don't know why I woke up to do this show sometimes. But this safe space, we joke about it, but this is really a safe space for me. Thanks. Daryl Scott says, condolences. Asha, Sally, my prayers for God's comfort and peace to you and your family in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Mike, we can't imagine the pain. No. Perry P, you have my deepest sympathy and sincere condolences. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Perry P. I do, Perry. Perry, I don't know if you have my number. I don't have your number. So I would like to coordinate something if you have time. And would love to really have you on the show. That's why we live every day to the fullest and give each other respect. Absolutely, Legs. Absolutely. This is part of my daily therapy. Thank you, Trendsetter. Thank you. It is my entire therapy. I don't think a therapist would say this is healthy, that this is my entire therapy. This is really, I'm sure a therapist is like, you probably should really sit back down. But I've been to so many of these motherfuckers. And it's not that they weren't productive. They were productive. It's just I ain't stick to it. But I took some gems from them. Miss Parker says, good morning, Barry. You and me both, Trendsetter. Thank you, Miss Parker. Shelly, yes. Right back at you. You have a whole dysfunctional family sitting here. You got a whole Ashley, they love her in them streets. You got a whole Stacy Mitchell looking for Magic Mike at my job. You got a whole, well, Miss Parker's not dysfunctional. I don't think. You got a whole Miss Clark about that life. She be running them streets with a fan. You got a whole Coco in here for you. Okay, he might wear sweatpants, gray sweatpants, but he here for you. You got Stacy D chilling, the coolest profile pic for a man that we have. Look at this profile pic right now. How smooth. Pause. This DJ Stacy D looking at profile pic. Goodness, this man looked like that looked like a dating app pic. You got my boo Asha. Well, if I ever needed to a Bible scripture, I could text her and be like, hey, need a Bible scripture to help me out here. You don't know a lot about Daryl Scott, but Daryl Scott is a funny dude. Went to high school with me. You got Daryl Scott. You got Daryl Scott here for you. Him and his wife will, if you invite them to a Halloween party, a costume, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. They're organized. They're a team. You ain't seen their pics. They get a theme and they go. So we here for you. Absolutely here for you. So when y'all say this is your therapy, man, listen. Man, listen. We got Craig. Thank you, Perry. We got Craig. Craig is a great dude, a businessman. If he ever tells you to buy a Honda Pilot, just don't listen to him. But other than that, he's good. You got us regulars on here. You got a whole family out here, Shelly. You got a whole family out here. Thanks, Perry P. I got it. Hey, thank you. Yeah, Stacey D. Pause. If Jay Black was here, why you complimenting another man's truck? Because the man looks like he should be in a Tyler Perry movie as the business uncle who still be knocking down 20-year-olds. I'm just saying that's what it looks like to me. Like I'm about to dye my beard, my grays. I'm about to knock my grays out. But Stacey said he got his shape up on his. He's like, you know what it is, distinguished bitch. Distinguished up in here. Yeah, I turned the computer off yesterday. Somebody said, you got financial rebel. You need your taxes done. You got financial. You got Dr. Aaron Smith over here. If you need somebody to step up and be a advocate for you in some type of dispute, we send Aaron Smith out there. We got it all. But this place, boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, thanks for 56. You repping. You what? You repping. Let me tell you something. Y'all be seeing me you be seeing me rough in the morning time, but you know, I'll be killing these hoes at 54 too. You know, I'll be killing these. I ain't got nobody. But if I wanted to kill these hoes, I'm just working on myself right now. I'm just working on myself. Trent said, I believe that people need to tap into a headspace that helps reconstruct negative thoughts into positive ones on a daily basis. And you're absolutely right. Yeah, I'm waiting for keep them up the block, because once I get a guess, it stops freezing. Don't know why, but it always happens. Always happens. So you got us here. Y'all here for me, I'm here for you. I'll run this this contradictory hypocrite, this I'm not even gonna try that one. I'm not even gonna, you know what? Just for that, you need me to dance. When the stress of the world gets to you, you already know what we need. Yeah, you already know. Play
barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat. America loves to eat.
So let's get to Dr. Umar. Because I got a stupid dummy. That we could go to. You know what? Let's get to the stupid dummy of the week. So listen. So there's a dude, and this is real because I researched this. What? He researched it. What? He actually found out it's not a skit. What? What you do? I researched it. I didn't just stay on tiki-taki. I just didn't take the Instagram validation. Just didn't do it. I researched. This really happened. So listen. So dude gets on his IG live because you know people are stupid dummies all around the world. Sometimes I act like a stupid dummy. I've done stupid dummy shit. Like I caught a DUI. I was sitting in the safety of my home and I caught a DUI. It was Saturday night. I was chilling. This is a true story. This is my stupid dummy story. Now, I'm doing what I'm not supposed to be doing, which is I had the liquor intake, but I wasn't bothering nobody. I was just sitting at the house, minding my apartment, minding my business. As I'm watching TV, I say, Mike, and I talk back. I say, yeah, I need a Slurpee. Now, I'm already fully intoxicated. And I ain't bothering nobody. I got my Black and Mild. I got my Tito's. This is my stupid dummy moment for those who just joined us. I got my Tito's. I already got food. But for some reason, I needed a Slurpee. I don't know why. I needed a cherry Slurpee. So I took my intoxicated ass, which is dumb and irresponsible, got in the car and went to get a Slurpee. A cherry Slurpee. I pulled into the 7-Eleven. Why? Because they sell cherry Slurpees. Got my Slurpee, and I was so intoxicated that somebody did me a favor. Somebody called the police because they saw me walk into my car. I don't remember much. It was fuzzy. And they stopped me from pulling off. Before I could pull off, cops came. The cop had a conversation with me. I went to jail that night. I risked my life. and I risked and endangered others for a cherry slurpee. So when I call somebody a stupid dummy, understand, I'm not saying they just stupid dummies. I'm saying I've taken part in some stupid dummy activities. Now back to what he's doing. So on the IG Live, he goes on IG Live, and he has purchased weed to distribute. He ain't purchased weed he has purchased it to distribute. And he gets on his IG Live to brag about how he about to get this money. And he's trying to like cut up. Now, this is not the whole video. The TikTok video, I saw the whole video. He literally was like, I gotta get this money. This is how I'm gonna get this money. Got this weed. Ta-da. Somebody on IG Live saw it and decided that they were going to report it to the police. They were going to make the police aware of what was going on an IG Live. First of all, that, my friends, is the essential, utmost, top level platinum package of hater shit. Like, that man wasn't doing nothing to you. I don't know what you had against him. I don't know if it was a baby mom. I don't know if it was somebody, he may have smashed your girl. But let me tell you something. There was no reason for a man just selling weed. This wasn't fentanyl. This wasn't no crack, heroin. This was weed. The same weed that is legal, which I still don't understand why people selling it, but that's a whole different story. I'm not a weed smoker. So as he's on IG Live, while he's on the live, the police have been alerted and the police arrive. I like that. While he's on the IG Live, the police arrive. That's where the IG story starts with our stupid dummy of the week right here.
See your hands. Move. Show me your hands. Stay right there. Don't do it. Stand up. You gotta turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on your fucking head. Stand up, motherfucker. Stand up. Stand up and put your hands on your fucking head. Turn away from me. Back up. Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming, motherfucker. Stand up.
That's a lot of instructions. Did he tell him to lay down, then to get up, then come backwards? Let me say, but before I play it again, he was literally giving you the whole breakdown. He was popping off on the pop off. He was on some old, got to get this money. You saw the weed. You saw the whole thing, and he was breaking it up in a whole 9. I'm telling you, I wish I had the whole long extended remix. Now, when you hear a knock like that, when you already know what that is. If you're not the cops and you ever knock on my door like that, I'm obligated to fight you if you knock on my door like that. If you're not the cops, like, we have to fight. Like, I'm taking my glasses off. If it's not the cop, I'm taking my glasses off to answer the door. But the crazy thing I just noticed, there's a lot of directions you got to follow when the cops raid your house. Go ahead. Here we go. Your gas?
See your hands. Move. Show me your hands. Stay right there.
All right, that's the first one. Show me your hands.
Don't do it. Stand up.
Stand up. That's the second command.
Turn around.
Turn around. That's the third
Put your
command.
hands on your fucking head. Stand up, motherfucker.
Stand up. Fifth command.
Stand up. Stand up and put your hands on your fucking head.
Stand up and keep your hands on your head. Sixth command.
Turn away from me.
Turn away from me. Seventh command.
Back up.
Back up. Eighth. That's the ninth. Is that the ninth or eighth?
Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming, motherfucker.
Keep coming.
Stand up. Anyway, we got somebody behind us.
You went to jail. They found a gun under the couch. I think they said it was 12 ounces of weed. I don't know how big a deal 12 ounces of weed is. I don't even know like what that is. And all because you decided to go on IG Live. Stupid. dummy. I'm not promoting crime. I'm not promoting drugs. I'm not promoting drug selling. I'm not promoting any of this. I'm not promoting possession of guns illegally. I'm just saying you got to be a stupid dummy to the first thing you think you do. The first thought is that when I get home, I'm going on live.
Your hands. Move. Show me your hands. Stay right there.
Show me your hands. That's
Stand
one.
up.
2.
Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on your fucking head. Stand up, motherfucker. Stand up. Stand up and put your hands on your fucking head. Turn away from me.
7.
Back up. Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming, motherfucker. Stand up.
I was like 9 to 10 commands. I'd have been so scared. I don't know. I'm like, huh? What? Hands up. Step to me. No, first get on the ground. What type of line dance are we doing? Get on the ground. Get up. Turn around. Put your hands on the head. Walk to me. Walk to me. What? This, I can't make this up. I can't. Let me see your comments. I can't. It's the knock on the door for me. It's the knock. The knock. Oh, Jeanette, I counted 10. I think technically, back up might have been 2 of them. Exactly, Miss Clark. Too many Chiefs, not enough Indians. Okay, where'd that come from? Maybe I skipped some. What is? Hold on. All right, I saw that video. He was already on the police radar. I guess he was. So many instructions. Yes, so many instructions. What is it on the search bar? I'll find it for you, and I'll give you, because the Instagram one, because for some reason Instagram gave me a problem. Even when I screen record it, it's giving me a problem downloading. But it's so fun. Play the soundtrack, you big dummy. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work, but hey, when y'all give me suggestions, because you never know. You never know. Let me see. Let's see it just go. Let me see. Now it's sad. Who is his downfall?
Show me your hands. Stay right there. Stand up.
This is when he knew it was over.
Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on your fucking head. Stand
He
up.
has so much potential.
Stand
So
up.
much potential.
Stand up and put your hands on your fucking head. Turn away from me.
And
Back
it all
up.
ended like
Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming, motherfucker. Stand up.
maybe the other music fits it better. Maybe the other music. He could have done so much with his life.
Show me your hands. Stay
But
right
he didn't
there.
know his daddy. He didn't know his daddy.
Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on your fucking head. Stand up, motherfucker. Stand up. Stand up and put your hands on your fucking head. Turn away from me. Back up. Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming, motherfucker. Stand up.
Why you gotta curse at me so much? Oh, motherfucker. It's like the constant. Hang up, motherfucker. Hang up, motherfucker. Listen, I can joke about that. I would be in tears. Let me tell you how much this Puerto Rican is not built for that situation, because I would be in tears the minute he said, "Get on the floor." I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get on the floor. Get up, okay, I'm getting up. I'm gonna turn around, I'm turning around. Come to me, I'm coming to you. Come to me, I'm coming to you. Motherfucker, come to me. Stop cursing at me. Motherfucker, come to me. Why you gotta curse at me? Let me get your comments before we move on to Dr. Umar. Let me get your where we at? Where I believe people need to tap in. It was Daryl. Daryl was the last. Let me rerun these instructions. Search bar. Yeah, I got that. And then I think it was Daryl who said seems a little fake. No, Daryl, it was 100. First of all, Daryl, I don't know what block you was raised on. Who do you think had? Who do you think in making content? Who do you think has this much? This is a movie production right here. Who do you think? That's better than a Tubi movie. Daryl said, "This is move fake."
Show me your hands. Stay right there. Stand up.
There, who? Where? I know you grew up over there in Mount Laurel, but where did you grow up before that? That seems a little fake. I mean, the smoke bomb in the beginning, that's overkill. That I don't believe none of that. I honestly, suspect. I smell bit. I smell content creator. That's what Daryl said. I smell content creator. Get down, get up, hands up, back up. I'm telling you, it sounds like a line dance. Dude's an idiot, and the cops always doing too much. Yeah, the cops be cursing you. I'm telling you, I'd be in full-fledged hysterical tears, yo. I'd be in tears. I told the neighbor that on 17th Street when I lived in West Oak Lane, don't you ever knock on my door unless you are the police or you had the police with you. Don't ever. That type of knock? Yeah, it's the knock. Jeanette says she counted 10. Exactly, Miss Clark. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. At least he followed the 10 commandments. He followed you when they come in like that. But see, I'll freeze up. I ain't used to that. I'm not used to that life of crime lifestyle. Nikki, I'm not used to that lifestyle. What? Hands back, there, get down, turn around. I get shot just because I lost track. Turn around. I thought you meant go like this. No, turn around. Let's remote common sense, Lord. Like, I don't think you're supposed to. I'm no criminal. Wait. They threw flash grenades. I don't know what they were, Daryl, but I be watching them Tubi movies. They don't have a budget for those grenades. I don't never see these grenades in the Tubi movies.
Show me your hands. Stay right there.
This is what you talking about. Here it comes. Daryl said that was overkill.
Show me your hands. Stay right there. Stay.
That line dance is crazy. It's the 10 dummy commandments. Man, listen, I once again, I've never portrayed myself to be, I should say reverse. I'm telling you, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't make it. Stacey the black cop, I think, was extra in the front of the man. Yeah, he ain't got no gun. You ain't knocked down the cartel. He just got weed. Get down. Pablo Escobar. We are here to come out with your hands up, Pablo. No, it's just Jaheim. It's Gerald. That's all. It's just Gerald. Get down, Pablo. We're taking you down. We're bringing the cartel to their knees. It's just Gerald. He just said we're gonna bring the cartel down. We're going to war. Where's the fentanyl? There's no fentanyl. It's Gerald. He just got 12 ounces of weed. Get the fuck down. Where is the other product? That's all the product. He just got it. It's 12 ounces. Where's where's the heroin? There is no heroin. We got Pop-Tarts. What's in the medicine cabinet? Tylenol. I would have been like Dave Chappelle on Blue Street when Martin told him to put his hands up on the hood on the noodles. He said beef or chicken. Oh my, they had to be watching the dummy for a while. They had to be. They had to be. Mike, I said that because all them damn cops was giving him instructions. That's why he had 10, 20 different. Man, listen. Can't live that life. I can't live like Stacey D. He was being extra. So yeah, it's almost like he knew there were cameras running. Well, maybe Daryl got a point. Black sounded like an 8-year-old who just learned to curse. Motherfucker, get down. Stupid motherfucker. I'll kill your whole family. What are you talking about? You're just here to pick up Gerald. I'll shoot down the whole goddamn family. I'll shoot everything up in his bit. It's just weed. My God. They came to a house up the street 5 a.m. That shit was loud. And I ran up to see. There you go, Jeanette. You already know, Jeanette. I can't stand y'all who need to go to crime scenes. Jeanette said, I want to see the crime scene. I want to see what's going on over here. Why y'all run to crime scene with your house coat on? Do you have a house coat or what you got? You put a regular coat, you old school got a house coat, and you got to pull it together because it's cold out here. What's going on? Why they bust in there? Damn, Miss Clark, you just came out of clear blue sky. Ron, R.I.P. You said, well, I know what you meant. R.I.P. I know what you meant. The police was like, move to the left, to the right, reverse. No, that was a lot of instructions. Listen. I've never been in a situation where a house was raided. I've never been inside a house that's raided. But when you give me that much, you give me that many instructions, you leaving room for me to mess up by mistake. Like, just get direct to the point. Get down, get up, hands in the air. That's all I need. You start saying hands in the air. You start saying turn around. First you say get on the ground. Then you say get off the ground. Then you said get up. Then you said turn around. Then you said hands behind your head. Then you said come to me. Come to me. Come to me. That's a lot. That you're leaving a lot for me to misinterpret something. And Beauty was my favorite. Rest easy, Mr. Ayers was That was sad. But he lived a good life. He got some joints, man. Mike, are you a street? Do I look like a street? Do I look like I be running the streets like running the streets in my 20s? It was not like that. No, I used to ask people before they got in my car, what you got on you? That's the paranoia I had. Maybe it could be a reflection of my friends too. I was like, does anybody have anything they shouldn't have? I was like a kid. I was like a kid, but I was also like a parent on a school trip. Empty your pockets. Show me what you got. Because I don't need nothing in my car. Send me is mine. Oh, y'all still talking about Ron here. It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. He was like the hokey pokey. There. Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hands on your... it was a lot. I keep falling asleep. I missed it, Mike. Oh, come on, Coke. You a cop. You'll love this. So, all right, Coke. The guy had just purchased 12 ounces of weed that he was going to distribute. He was going to distribute it, Coke. He was going to put this in the streets, Coco. 12 ounces of weed. The dummy got on IG Live and started bragging about what he was about to do. This is the short version. The long version, he did like a 2-minute monologue on, I'm about to make this happen. He keeps freezing. I'm about to make this happen. And this is what happened while he's on IG Live. This is what happened.
Show me your hands. Stay right there. Don't do it. Stand up. Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on your fucking head. Stand up, motherfucker. Stand up. Stand up and put your hands on your fucking head. Turn away from me. Back up. Back up. Keep coming, motherfucker. Stand up. Hang on, we got somebody behind.
So that's what it was, Coke. And Perry B, that would have been hilarious if I had the theme. But hey, Perry, we working on a budget here. I can't just on demand just have the SWAT theme. But that would be da-da-da, 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 da-da-dun, da-dun-dun, beep, dun, da-dun-dun, da-da-da, 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 da-da-dun, da-dun-dun. They did break in like he had all the drugs. No, they did. They really did act like he was. They just broke down Tony Montana. Mike, write that down. Use that material. That's funny. It's just Gerald. That's all it is. Just Gerald. Who was the other drug kingpin? I can't think of his name. I really like this story too. Who was the other? It was who was the other one? Who was the other drug? It was famous Mexican drug kingpins. I might have to hit reload and see what happens. Famous. Let me see. It wasn't just Pablo Escobar. Who was the guy who escaped from jail? Who was that? Damn, I put in famous drug kingpins. I got like 100 on here. Not Pablo. He got all the Netflix specials on him. He got like a series on him. I forget. Anyway. Stacy D said it's just Gerald. Yeah. Gotcha. Stephen. Oh, she's Miss Clark was really affected by Roy Ayers. Like he's a legend. He's an icon. She ain't not letting Roy Ayers. Did you know Roy Ayers personally? Not a house coat. Yeah, the moo. Something happened over here. That goes back to Jeanette when she was talking about somebody did that. They raided a house near her where she lives at 5 a.m. And she was like, it was loud. So I went over to see what was going on. Everybody okay over here? Everybody good? They were playing Simon Says with that. Yes, they were. Sunshine's my favorite. Yeah, Sunshine's my favorite. The Locked Up Shuffle. Yeah, it's too much. Times I've been arrested. It wasn't on no drug. Well, wasn't on no drugs here. Right. No surprises in my car. I'll check everybody. Back in the day, because I knew what I was working with. And back in them days, if they caught you with some weed in your car, it was a problem. I said, listen, don't bring, or y'all can just get a different ride. That's a smart thing to ask people, because what they have on them, you're responsible for. Yeah. Some dudes I ain't even offer rides to, because I already knew there was nothing they could do with the amount of stuff they had. All that over some weed, 12 ounces to be precise. He was a menace. El Chapo. We're going to bring down El Chapo. We have you surrounded. El Chapo's not here. Gerald is in here. El Chapo. Go out with your hands up, El Chapo. Why did they keep asking for El Chapo? Gerald, do you know El Chapo? They keep calling for it's just Gerald. Thank you. Oh my God. All right, thank y'all. Y'all always come through in the clutch. It was across the street from my daughter's house. So I watched out the window. So you watched out the window, somebody raid the house. And then you decided you was gonna get dressed at 5 a.m. to be a nosy ass. Only Black and Latinos do that. We run. One of the biggest arguments I got into with somebody that's significant to me is that we were. Oh, hold up. We were down the street on Delaware Ave from something. This is one of the biggest. Oh God. We were down the street and there was a shooting down the street at a club, and we were safe. We were down the street, and the person I was like, let's go look. Why would we go look at a scene of a shooting? Perry P has breaking news. I'm about to bring my guest up. Breaking news: Alabama mom gives birth to a 13-pound baby. Stop playing, Perry P. Tell me you made that up. All right, let me bring my guest up. I've known this man Jesus, this freezing's out of control. I've known this man for a long, 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 long time. That's when I know. I'm like, if I met him at the Laugh House, that was in the 90s. God, I don't even want to count the numbers. This man was part of a legendary, iconic hip hop video show that at the time we took for granted. It was called Urban Expressions. Years later, I would think about that and I'd go like, how did them young fools, how did they pull, and I mean fools in a loving way, how did they pull off something that right now would be miraculous to get on and stay on TV? TV shows didn't stay on like that for that long. For those who don't know, who weren't in Philly, if you in Dallas, if you are people in Australia, or people in Africa, this man, Keith from Up the Block, is in the building. Let me bring Keith from Up the Block.
Blessings. God morning, everybody.
What's up, Keith? What's good with you?
Hey, just waking up. You got me up early, and I'm here. Everything is great, bro.
All right, so we got stuck because we do a thing called Stupid Dummy of the Week, and we got stuck on the Stupid Dummy of the Week. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a gentleman who, after he purchased 12 ounces of weed, he went on Instagram Live to tell people that he was about to get that bag. And he got on Instagram Live. Somehow, some way, I don't know if he had an official hater. And this is a true story. I have the short version. Somebody contacted the authorities that this was going on IG Live. And during his live, there was a raid on his house. And I just to bring you up to speed. So when you catch him, he's in mid flex. He's in mid looking at his phone on some old, about to get this paper. People can't hold me down. You know what it is. I'm out here in these streets. Y'all don't get what it is. Y'all don't know my life. Y'all don't know. And this is what occurs.
Show me your hands.
Now, Keith, right here, I want you to start to understand how many commands they give him. We have to count the commands. The first one was show me your hands and go.
Stay right there. Don't do it. Stand up. Turn around. Put your hands on your fucking head. Stand up, motherfucker. Stand up. Stand up and put your hands on your fucking head. Turn away from me. Back up. Back up. Keep coming. Keep coming, motherfucker. Stand up. Anyway, we got somebody behind us. Yeah,
So
Wow. Wow.
that's what happened. So I just wanted to bring you up to speed. I just wanted to bring you up to speed where we're at, because that's our Stupid Dummy of the Week. That's what happened. First of all, thank you. And I want to bring up some topics that we're talking about.
Okay.
But first I want to get to this. Urban Expressions, like literally, as much as everybody who grew up in Philly, I grew up in South Jersey, as much as anybody who's over 40 realizes that, I just want to tell you this, and I'm going to say pause before I break this down. I have seen Urban Expressions sober. I've seen Urban Expressions high. I've seen Urban Expressions naked. I've seen Urban Expressions with a chick next to me. I've seen Urban Expressions by myself. I've seen Urban Expressions on my way out to the club. I have watched Urban Expressions was on. I don't even officially know what channel. I just know I knew the channel because back then we had these channels and we all knew the channel. I don't even think I had the channel in my memory back then. I don't even know if we had the search thing. I think we really just had.
Yeah.
First of all, who created Urban Expressions? Who was the person who birthed the idea?
Okay. All right. So we will have to go back to a woman named Dorothy Brunson. Dorothy Brunson is the first Black woman in America, maybe in the world, to own her own TV station. I believe, is it Kathy Hughes was the first one to do radio, but
Right.
Dorothy Brunson was the first to own a broadcast television station, not public access, because people always be like, oh, y'all show was, no, it was public broadcast, meaning that we reached 10 million and above. Anyway, she bought Channel 48 in Philadelphia.
Right, the funny machine in the morning. Right. Oh, yeah, yes.
So when she bought Channel 48, she of course introduced new programming. Her son, and she's from New York, her son was coming to Philly and he was a very cultural guy, very smart guy named Ed Brunson. So what she did was when he came to Philly, she gave him time on the station to do whatever he wanted to do. He decided to do a live show on Saturday nights where he could show music videos because he was into hip hop. That's Ed Box.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
So
okay, okay.
Dorothy Brunson owned the station. Ed Brunson is her son, aka Ed Box, the creator and producer, executive producer, original executive producer of Urban Expressions. And that's when he started going live on Saturday nights. He had a co-host named Roz. He had a DJ named Rocksteady. And it was just a live show. And he used to
Okay.
reach in the penitentiaries and everything. So they used to do live shout outs, like you could call, pay like $1 or $2 and give shout outs like on air and
Okay.
show some of into his video. So that's the answer. It was Dorothy Brunson Station. Her son Ed Brunson is Ed Box, who's the executive producer and creator of Urban Expression.
So how does Keith from Up the Block get on this? Where's the breakthrough? How do they find you? How do they even find Keith? Are you on the block? Do they find you on
Yeah.
the block? Like, how do they find you?
No, I actually found them. I'm a graduate from Philadelphia's High School for Creative and Performing Arts. I graduated best dramatist way back there in 90. I'm not going
Okay.
to say the year. So I
Okay.
do everything from August Wilson to Shakespeare, right? But in school, I had a failing English grade, so I didn't end up going to NYU, even though I aced the auditions. So I ended up being in Philly, going to the Art Institute of Philadelphia. I grew up watching Urban Expressions because the unique thing was that Urban Expressions started in 1992. I believe I didn't have cable. So for a lot of people that didn't have cable, this was the station where you could watch the newest videos. So I grew up watching it. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in Philly, didn't go to NYU. And I'm just like, man, I would love to do something with Urban Expressions. Was working at a movie theater. This dude named Rob, who was at the movie theater, his brother was a guy named Skull.
Okay.
Skull started interning at Urban Expressions, brought me down to intern. So it was me, Skull, Shelly, Monica. We were all interns while Ed was hosting and doing that. And it got to a point where they wanted a new host. So they auditioned for new hosts, did a citywide thing. And I'm an intern. And I'm like, I got all this acting experience. Like, so I went up and I auditioned. And believe it or not, I did not get it. Nobody, not the interns, not Skull, not Shelly, not Ed, nobody believed that I would be good enough. There was actually other 2 or 3 other people ahead of me, for a host, right? So this is a live show. So I'm kind of just sticking around and being consistent. And 1 week, Ed couldn't come. His backup couldn't come. The backup couldn't come. The backup couldn't come. And at that time, Skull was working at a store called Base Hit in Shelterham Mall. They used to sell Averex jackets and everything. So he had clothes for the host to wear. And he was like, yo, you need to get dressed now. We go live in 2 minutes. So I went and got dressed, came on, and the rest is history. Yeah, I mean, when I signed on, I was like, yo, what's up? This is a Coco complected charismatic kid. What's up? Keep from up the block, like just giving that energy live. And from there, I started kind of hosting every now and then.
Right.
And then after Shelly flipped the model of Urban Expressions, it was live, but then we went to do recorded shows. I was so great at doing commercials, writing commercials in my head and performing that I grew into the host, but it was never supposed to be me.
All right. You said one thing that stuck out of my head that has always been something in my career. You said you just kept showing up and stayed consistent.
Yes.
You just stay consistent because most people, I'm not going to say most, a percentage of people, when they didn't, after the audition, would have had that privilege of saying, oh, they don't want me. Then why am I going to be here for free? Why am I going to be here for free? Why am I going to sit on the sidelines when I know I'm supposed to be in front of the camera? Oh, and the first thing they would have done is they'd have been launching hate at the people who were in front of the camera. I know I'm better than so-and-so, but you stay consistent and got your shot.
Yeah.
And I try and tell people, sometimes most of the time, you're not going to get paid when you first enter these spaces.
Yeah.
And you got to grind it out. So you get on there, you become the host. And let me tell you something, how important this show was. We all, and these people all deserve love. We all give love to Joe Claire for Rap City. We all
Mm-hmm.
give love before him. Chris, what was
Chris Thomas.
Chris Thomas.
Yeah.
We all give love to Ralph McDaniels in New York. Urban Expressions may have even been, maybe not as much as Rap City because they were all over. But y'all were hitting millions of people.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. People thought that it was public access. Now it was public broadcast. We were reaching like 10 million people, like in a tri-state, and we were on Nielsen ratings. Our show was on Saturdays from 11:30 to 1, so like an hour and a half. So there were times where we beat Saturday Night Live in ratings.
Wow.
You know, as this indie show in Philly, and it eventually won 3 Billboard magazine conference awards. Yeah, I mean, for best show in the nation.
I'm gonna ask the basic skills question. Because I know it. What we see ain't what happens behind the scenes, and a lot of people will think, I was on a syndicated morning show. I did make money, but I ain't make millions. Why? Why did you not make I don't know what you made financially. What were you getting paid with a show that just got all those awards? Were you getting paid? What were you getting paid? Or was it just, you get to be on TV?
So, okay. So before I speak, I'm going to say this. I'm speaking from my opinion, my truth.
Right.
I love everybody that's on Urban Expressions, but I promise myself I'm going to start speaking the full truth on whatever and not try to be the political and say the right things. There was no money in Urban Expressions until Michelle Williams, aka Shelly Shell, created a model for advertisement so that advertisers could pay to be on the show. This is revolutionary because there is no Instagram, there is no YouTube, there is no other example of how this works. So she made a way for sponsors to pay, and that's how money was dispersed. I didn't get a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, at all. And to tell you the truth, till this day, and I've told this to Shelly, I felt undervalued, on Urban Expressions as the last person to get paid because what ended up happening was they didn't really value the creative magic part of it, as a lot of people don't. A lot of people they try to get that magic for free or try to find like that Michael Jordan who's going to ball creatively like for free. But if the question is how did Urban Expressions make money, that's how it started, making money. The way the money disbursement went was, of course, you had to have the editor get paid. You had to have other people get paid. But the first time I received payment from Urban Expressions, I had to ask for it. I had been doing commercials for almost a year, like, at furniture stores and everything. And I was just like, well, they paid, right? I was like, well, at that point, they were like, well, how much do you want to get paid? That's the moment. Looking back on it, at that time, I didn't really value myself. I knew that I was good. I was happy to be like up on TV. So there was a little bit of money that was given out, but at the end of Urban Expressions, I was making Urban Expressions more money than they were making me because I learned how to get advertisers. So for the people out there, when you see like Billy the Kid at a car lot, when you see all of these other people doing these top low, we were doing that back then. That's what it was. Shelly Shell is a genius. She created that model, as a young Black woman who grew from an intern. She went to business school. So she created this model. And that's where Urban Expressions went from being live to being recorded so that we can go and we can record commercials. The business model was cool, but the creative was me. The reason people were like locked in was just creative ideas that were floating around and really dope.
And it's so crazy because when you get to that fork in the road is how much do you want to get paid?
Yeah.
And it's always I've been in that dilemma. It's always the toughest question because first of all, you're young.
Yeah.
You know people are recognizing you on the street and everything like that. But you don't know what the value, what is my value? How much money are they making? Like, you don't know how much money they're making.
Exactly, because they're living, they're driving, they're paying their rent, they're paying their mortgage. And I'm on the bus selling cars. I'm sleeping in my mom's basement. I'm struggling, yet I'm on TV every week.
I get it. I get it. Listen, just to let you know, the first deal in Philly, they brought me in to do the night show. I had been like I was consistent. I was doing comedy, but I popped up in that bitch, and they knew if they needed somebody to fill in, I was there.
Yeah.
And I was doing reports from the street. I was calling on the phone, doing things for like morning shows like Russ Parr and running. So when they come to me, they go like, people like it's so crazy. Zulu gets fired, Skeletor gets fired. Shout to Zulu. All these people get fired. I'm running around doing comedy. They finally say, we want you, and they make me an offer, and they send it to me, and I have to tell them I have to make a counter offer. But they know I don't know shit.
Yeah.
They know I don't know.
Yeah.
So they give me a number, and Dumb Me says, on top of my comedy money, I can make this money.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to count my comedy money.
Yeah.
I was supposed to know that there were 3 major slots on radio: the morning show, 2 to 6, and the night show. And
Yeah.
you are the third most important. And in some cases in Philly during that era, you became the most important time slot because you're the night show in the 90s and early 2000s, when Philly was in commercial hip hop, had finally landed and they were the Rock. I mean, no disrespect to the Roots, because I love the Roots. I went to TLA to see the Roots about 600 times, but
Yeah.
they were the Rock. But my point being is, I really didn't know what my counter offer should be.
And
They
I think,
go ahead.
you know, we're in an industry, and we're in an industry where people believe that shadiness needs to come with it, right? And then it's almost like trickle down creative trauma, right? People feel like since they went through, can I curse on here or no?
Yeah, you can curse. Go ahead.
Yeah, people feel like because they went through shit, they're gonna put other people through shit. And they say stuff like, oh, it's business and it's not personal. But for me, my money is always personal, right? So I think people are always looking to use people, even if that's not their, even if they don't think that they are. But creatively, a lot of people get used because a lot of people don't respect the creative. They want to be like the record label who's treating the artists, and you're just this and I'm here. Where, to tell you the truth, it doesn't need to work like that. So I think that with Urban Expressions, we were growing and we were young, and I didn't know how to stand up for myself. And I don't think that they knew that they had to respect me. And why should they if I'm giving them all of this great shit and not, you know what I mean, not charging a lot? And at the same time, we're family. Like I said, I want to tell my truth. We're family. So a lot of the things that I say, if it affects people a certain way, that's what it is. They got my number. You know, they can call me. I love all of them. But if I have to tell the truth, that's my truth, because I got to speak up for the other creatives that have been used in that way just to get on. See, people start treating it like because you're on, that should be your payment. You're famous or you're popular, that should be your payment. And it's like, yo, screw that. This is work. You know what I mean? I'm working.
And our hustle mentality works for us and against us, because what you do is you say, I can make this money off of this, so I'm gonna grind it out in the streets and start flipping this into some. But the bottom line is the financial foundation, that you should be getting paid here, and that
Yes.
should be. I shouldn't be you should,
Yeah.
but essentially, Jerry Seinfeld isn't breaking his neck when he gets off the set to be like, off of this show, I got to book certain amount of gigs. No, he booked gigs because he felt like it and knew he could make a gazillion dollars. But this money right here had him chilling in the beach house. And I'm not saying money is everything, y'all. I'm not saying money is everything. But your product and your gift, you should get payment for it.
And especially if the other people that you're working with, if they're getting paid. Now, when I say this, that doesn't mean that I didn't get any money, and that over time, it wasn't like, you know what I mean, the payout was there, but it was more or less creative things that I was coming up with. But I do believe that the biggest strength of Urban Expressions is what it was led to its downfall.
Well, and that a lot of times, unfortunately, that seems to be the storyline for a lot of situations that go on when we start something magical and we start something iconic. What So the show ends, and we're talking to Keith from Up the Block. Y'all see the name right there. One of the hosts, or were you the main? It was you and Shelly. Because when I thought of Urban Expressions, I thought of you and Shelly.
Yeah. Well, Shelly was the executive producer. She did, and then of course she also produced Word on the Street, which we shot, with a lot of you guys. But if you have to look at host of the whole show, it would have been me. There were some other female co-hosts that were on the show. So big shouts out to Gadiel, big shouts out to Dawn, big shouts out to the other personalities. But if you have to look at a host of Urban Expressions, it would have been me. You know what I mean, as that main anchor person. And Shelly would do Word on the Street. She would, of course, produce the show. And now Shelly owns Urban Expressions, the
Does
brand.
she?
And Shelly Shell became that executive producer of Urban Expressions, over time from doing that. Shelly is the head honcho. So you remember Shelly because anytime we had to deal or come on Urban Expressions, you spoke to Shelly.
You spoke to
Anytime we
Shelly.
was anything, anything that was going on, it was Shelly Shell. So in front of the camera, you would see her on Word on the Street and on the show and doing things. But behind the camera, like I said, she created the model for Urban Expressions to get money. To me, I was the creative, magical creativity, the thing that locks the viewers in. Here's my point. That part is it's the most important part. The part
It
that's
is.
going. But what everybody on Urban Expressions didn't understand is that, or what a lot of people didn't understand is that people could change that channel quick. You got to give them something to watch, baby. You got the music videos, so they're watching that. But in between that, you need something for them to watch. And the thing is, as a person of color, I am always going to step in the spirit of excellence. Even if I don't always have everything that's needed, I'm going to step in the spirit of excellence. And creatively, everybody ain't there. And especially,
and this is why this is why you always got to have information. And sometimes we can't, because sometimes your talent puts you in places that you just didn't even know you were going to wind up being in. So you don't get it. But I had cable.
Yeah.
So I knew MTV and BET were doing what they were doing. But my eye, and because you guys were different, made me go, wait a second. And mind you, I had a bias. I'm born in New York. So I had a bias. Back then we had bias. Like when Jazzy Jeff first won the DJ Supremacy battle and beat, I think Barry B. a Chill Will. I don't know who he beat. It hurt my heart because I was like, wow, Philly beat us. But I knew when y'all were on, like I said, I was rocking with y'all because I was like, these cats are actually doing it the way it's supposed to be. I can relate.
See, the thing is with Urban Expressions, I started watching it when I was young because Ed Brunson, Ed Box as an executive producer, right? And speaking of stepping in the spirit of excellence, the shit was ghetto. Like, so on a production level, they did the best that they could when they had it. Howard Gilliam Jr., actually, who was the editor of Urban Expressions and a director of Urban Expressions on the technical side, actually bumped up the look of Urban Expressions. What I did was add that creativity in that acting, that drama, that production skill that I had to make the interviews interesting, to make the drops that we were doing interesting, so that when I used to watch when I was young, Ed used to put together the best videos. Like I saw Mobb Deep's Hit It from the Back on there. Roots videos, Tribe Called Quest videos you wouldn't see anywhere else. So when Urban Expressions grew, Ed, even though he wasn't executive producing like Shelly, eventually was still at one point programming the videos. So the videos were tight. And then I was like, I'm just going to go in there, be funny, be loud, be quick, you know what I mean? Do this stuff, and then giving other ideas so it would be watchable. So that people that had cable would even tune in and watch because nobody was doing what I was doing. This is before Hits from the Streets bit my style, or other people like, you know what I mean? We're doing things. All of this stuff that people watch on Instagram and all of that and YouTube, we were doing, and I was creating on Urban Expressions at that time. So that's why I said I'm glad that you said you had cable and you still tuned in. Plus, we can get hardcore artists that wouldn't be on MTV and BET.
No, absolutely. That's why I was like, this is what I'd rather watch this. And listen, production, we can't battle. I don't know if Viacom owned MTV at the time, but whatever corporates, obviously their production was a different level because they were fucking run by the monster machine. But it didn't matter to me. It almost made me want to watch y'all more.
Yeah, we created a style at a certain point to where it was it was just as good, but creative enough to, like you said, feel different, look different. It was fun. It was in the neighborhood. All of the surrounding penitentiaries were watching. So we had their families on there, and it was cool. And eventually, Urban Expression strayed away from that for money, for low money, in my opinion.
So okay, we got Perry P's on here. He's on the comments. Let me get these comments in here. I'm sorry, y'all. Ashley Newman said Channel 48 in South Jersey. I think it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I said Channel 48. Damn, you going way back. Yep. LaShawn said the box videos. No, that was a different. That was
the
the
box.
New
The
York.
box was something different. But
I think 48 was the channel you had to keep adjusting your TV antenna. If you had the TV
yeah.
antenna, you had to. I didn't have to adjust it because once I got the cable box and it came on the joint, I was good. What other comments? Just wanted to know I love and appreciate you, big bro. Headed to work. Jay the Attic, he's a
Shout out to
comedian.
Jay the Addict. That's one of my students from Philadelphia Comedy College. One of our
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that. Keith has given me so much. Shout to you. This man, BC, I call him BC because I tear up his first name. He's watching from Africa. Just to let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually has students out there that some Coco donated to. Perry P, Philly 1039 was the radio station version of Urban Expressions, Facts on Facts. My real money came from the club, Facts on Facts. That's why Philly 1039 got to pay me what they paid me, even though at one point my rating where I hit a 20 share for a station that you couldn't hear all over Philly. Don't nobody hit a 20 share anymore. But Perry, you were there, so you know what it was. Teray, what's up, nephew? Love you. Shout out to my man Teray Gordon because y'all got the comedy school.
Yeah, shout out to Philadelphia Comedy College all day.
BC, and let me get to that. And let me get to so the show. Because there's always the ups and downs, and I've been there. Because in radio, you're gonna get fired. It's gonna end. Whatever city you're in, I don't care if you're in New York, you're in Philly, you're in Dallas. It's gonna end. So when's the day? How do you find out? And is it a gradual ending or is the show's done? We're no longer on.
Wow. Okay. So Channel 48 got sold.
Okay.
And we, she sold Channel 48. And rest in peace, Dorothy Brunson. She sold Channel 48. Shelly kept the show alive. It was on channel 35 for a while. I believe that it was also on Channel 7. It kept it alive. And what ended up happening was, like, to tell you the truth, I got a record deal with Game Recordings out of Las Vegas. Same label as Royce the 5'9", but the parody music that I was doing. So I started concentrating on that, and they still were doing versions of Urban Expression. Shout out to Rockstar P, who became the host and was host of Urban Expressions. But to tell you the truth, as time went on and gradually, a music video didn't make sense, and especially without the creative things that I was bringing to the table that I felt undervalued for. Through that, I never came back to do it because I still didn't feel, valued on a creative, even though me and Shelly were cool, we were collaborating and we support each other's ventures. And it just never, as the internet grew and people could watch music videos online, Shelly was focusing on other projects that she had, like Single on a Saturday Night, and stuff that she was doing with youth. And it just, never really clicked and came back together, even though it stayed on after I left, if you want to say that. But they didn't really get the magic of what the show was. And it was too much pay to play. And I think that diluted the whole brand, and that left a real sour taste in my mouth. Did you know that there was a time where you could come to Urban Expressions, and if you paid them about $1,500, you could not only be on the show, but you could kick me off the show. You could come on and say, I want to be on Urban Expressions, but I don't want Keith from Up the Block to host. Here's this money. Kick your host off. I'm going to host your show. Too much of that, and they didn't really understand, even though a genius business model, they didn't understand the magic of creativity and how people watch Urban Expressions because they was going to see that dope shit. Now you take the dope, and if people got to pay to be on, most likely they're not that great. That doesn't mean that there shouldn't be a lane for that. But when you make that your whole thing, this is what you get. You get something to where people not rushing to watch. What we were doing at our heyday, we would go to a car lot and I would make Knight Rider out of it, or I would make Cinderella out of it, or I would make, and this is happening on the spot. That was all me. That was, created. And of course, there were other, it was a collaborative effort, but after a while, in my opinion, too much pay to play, too much, even to tell you the truth, there's a story. I don't know if we're going to share it here or like whatever, but the people that we were dealing with when I think that we went to Florida with you and Jay Black and all of that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they paid to not have me do, they paid to have me not be on Urban Expressions for a while. I don't know if dude was trying to wash money. He was talking to me, talking. At that point, that's when I was like, nah, this ain't, my value ain't there. And he ended up getting a little too gangster. And the deal never went through. But the fact that for years I could pour creatively into something that was making money, a little money for myself and money for other people, or some opportunity that I could be kicked off because somebody paid $1,500. That was
hit you with that's what when they that's our drop that we play when somebody does something disrespectful. We call it the Montana. that dog. You ain't. We'll have to have a whole nother show for that, because as much as I'm a Kendrick fan, I'm a super Kendrick. I think I put Kendrick as my number one, and my favorite rapper of all time is KRS-One. When Drake, I know what Drake did was whack, simply because he sued because he lost. He sued because he lost. But what he was claiming they were doing.
Not only they were doing it, he knows because he was doing it. And I saw
doing it for him.
The same thing. He's done the same thing. So here's the thing. As much, and I'm going to look in the camera for this, as much as I feel like I was undervalued creatively, as much as I have issues with whatever, what Michelle Williams, Shelly Shell did was pioneering, because it became the model on how the music and urban video industry works. Like now, new rappers have to pay to get on shows. You know what I mean? They're there. Me, I'm from performing arts. I'm an artist. My feelings may have been hurt, but what she created and what she did 30 years ago was pioneer something. To do that as a young Black BBW woman, to have to ward off all of the people trying to have sex with you, ward off all of the people trying to do whatever, and to do that was nothing short of a miracle. Like, and we talk about it. So as much as I got to share my truth, I also got to give her props for creating the model on which people do things today, especially like in Philly. And she didn't do it because she had backing. We didn't do it because we had the best equipment. It was done with creativity, love, and a belief in God. And I get it now. I think they were looking at it like, we don't got no money, so who do we have to pay? I would hope that they would say, we won't pay creative a lot because that makes it. But they were like, we got to pay an editor. We got to pay it this and pay it that. Anything else is whatever. And I was that anything else. I had to fight to be more than that. But I kind of understand it more now.
And Keith, I applaud you for how you just presented that. I applaud you for showing the love. And this is not the what is it called? What is Shannon Sharp's show called? The
Club Shay Shay.
There's not Club Shay Shay. You're not on that couch. But I'm gonna tell you right now, at 54 years old, y'all motherfuckers robbed me. Okay? Because when it came to this pay to play, I never got down with it. And mind you, I was given on my countdown, I was given the opportunity to play one song. It was called my bonus beat. Whatever song I wanted. Monday through Friday. I don't know if y'all know how much a spin is worth at 7 o'clock at night. And at that moment, in the 5th largest market, for me to be able to play your song 5 times, it's only 5, but understand it's at 7 o'clock at night. And for me to play a bunch of drops while I'm doing Michael Sean is Losing His Mind. And for me to watch, I will say this because I know on everything this is true. For me to watch a bag being given to somebody, and then I'm being told to go in there and play the song. I watched the bag be given. and then get told to go play the song. And I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, and do that thing you do when you play the song. Play that drop you play when. And I
Yeah.
watched The Bag. So listen, now I realize I need to have a show called Behind the Scenes of TV, Radio, and Comedy. And
Yeah.
I'm setting up. You'll be one of my guests.
And it's very true. What people don't know is that it's actually illegal in the sense of urban expressions. They were just buying advertisement time, so I got that, but they were making it so infused into the show. So it's like, yo, you can't have me interviewing 50 Cent, bringing all of this shit, being a tastemaker here. Then you got me interviewing MC Cockroach because he paid $500. We need to do a new artist spotlight or just advertise that we're advertising. And that you can get an advertisement slot so it can be separate. They didn't do it that way. People wanted to buy the magic of urban expressions, and they sold it too cheap. And that ended up diluting it.
And it's always been the case. And I'm gonna holler at Teray and see if he'll get down with behind the scenes of TV, radio, and comedy just to tell the stories. And I understand that some people don't want to tell the stories. Not saying Teray has never had a problem with speaking his mind, so I don't think he'd have a problem with it. But we sell it. And we sell it so fast, and we sell it even when we sell it at a valuable rate. We don't understand the power. We don't understand. Listen, I'm not knocking Rob Johnson for selling BET for that enormous amount of money. I can't. But what we relinquished was so. When somebody says something affects a culture for 20 years, that's what selling BET did.
Yeah, it did.
It literally cut the legs under and made them look at us. And you know what I'm talking about when I say made them look at us like we can't take them seriously. We know we can buy them. We know we can buy them whenever we want. But speaking of that, because I want to have you back on the show because we got about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
So I got to pay this off. Do you know who Dr. Umar is? Do you know who Dr. Umar is?
Yeah, Philly all day. Yeah,
Philly all day. So Dr. Umar has been on here because I know y'all waiting, and I know y'all gonna sit there, Mike. You ain't pay it off. I'm going to pay it off right now. Let me get to your comments first. He's just a sore loser. He's special. Mikey 54, you look younger. Thank you. Wait till I dye this beard. You wait till you get a load of me when I dye this beard. Yes, do it, Mike. People like to see behind the scenes things, so we're gonna do it for you. So Dr. Umar obviously has views and opinions that are very clear, very concise, very, very direct. I'm not debating any of that. And Dr. Umar takes no prisoners. And he says what he got to say. Well, now his daughter has to say what she has to say. And his daughter's out here letting people know that the person that has hit you with the black queen has got some young black queens. And this is all over social media. I'm a TikTok junkie. I don't drink no more, but I'm a TikTok junkie. And this is her right here making a statement about her father, who this has been proven so far. I haven't heard any denials right here.
So I just wanted to come on here with a small, short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women, but you're not even in your black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite. And it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me. You should never be too busy for your daughter, ever in life. So I just wanted to make this video to just try to, I guess, somehow find my sister.
All right, so that was the gist
Wow.
of what went on. And listen, until we hear, there's a video that I couldn't get of Dr. Umar addressing this on an IG live. Something. I mean, he went to the clout chasing, struggling streamer, and things of that nature. And I listen, people. I say this all the time. When you stand on something and you don't give anybody any wiggle room, because you don't give anybody any wiggle room.
Yeah.
Don't expect us to give it. There's no gray area, and I respect them for that. There's no gray area with it.
Yeah.
So when the tables turn, I'm not giving gray area either, because this is a very direct situation, and it boggles my mind, because anybody who's followed this show and seen my journey knows the first thing I bring up is my fuck ups and where I dropped the ball at, from parenting.
Yeah.
From alcohol abuse, from letting you know I'm single because I ran through a whole bunch of good women. That's why I'm single. I'm not single because I ain't had the opportunity. I had the opportunity. But it bugs me out when I see videos. Then it makes me look back on videos where he's giving advice on subjects like this.
Yeah.
Comes to me and say, Daddy, my husband cheated on me. I'm going to say, Princess, is he a good provider? Yes. Does he take good care of you? Yes. Do you ever disrespect you, raise his hand to you? No. Outside of this cheating, is he what you need in a man? Yes, he is. Was this thing purely sexual? Was it a hit and miss? Or is he really feeling this woman? If she tells me this was a hit and miss, go have a conversation with him about his infidelity. Let him know you do not like it. I will never tell you not to leave a man because he cheated. You want to leave him because he cheated? Go ahead and do it. But I want to ask you a question. How many men you expect to find out there who are never going to go outside that marriage at least occasionally to experience another woman? I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's not realistic to leave a good man for an oops.
Now, he just gave advice on what he would tell his daughter.
Yeah.
Now, for a person
you ain't telling them nothing.
For a person who has 3 daughters, who has made mistakes with my 3 daughters, and has been blessed enough to have an incredible relationship with my oldest, Monty 21, and my twins, Autumn and Akela. And only God did that, because I made some screw ups.
Yeah.
To give advice on what you would tell it doesn't reek of hypocrisy. It doesn't reek of anything. It is fraud.
Yeah. Yes. And this is particular way I look at it. Maybe because I'm old. I'm 48. But I come from an era where we didn't have to personally know all of the traits of our media personalities in order to receive the blessing of their gifts, right? It's a little different now. Now when they're on, and especially like you said in Omar's case, there's no wiggle room, but it's almost like, okay, I believe the daughter. Does that take away from Umar's message because he's a hypocrite? And if we open that up to everybody,
right,
will we be able to listen to anything? Is anybody truly pure when they're in front? That's the reason I said I want to speak my truth. I don't want to give anything to where people go back and they say, oh, like he was lying. But Umar's brand has become that. So how can he stop being that when that's what pays the bill or paid her child support?
Which we don't even know if that's
we don't
know if that's been. And listen, I've said this, y'all have heard me say this about pastors.
Yeah.
I don't care. I use a pastor the way a pastor uses me. Right? Yeah. You're using me, even though y'all don't get no money, no matter what church I go to. A few churches I've given money, but the majority, especially mega churches, I never reach in my pocket at mega churches. I just don't. You know. But if you inspire me by your words, I go, you did your job. I don't care if you walk off the pulpit and walk right into a threesome. You did your job. Yeah. Right? I don't care. But with Dr. Umar, and maybe I'm being a hypocrite, if you're giving advice on what you would say to your daughter,
yeah,
That's like a pastor telling me that Jesus really was white.
Okay.
And now I'm going, oh, well, maybe, maybe it spawns me to have better relationships with different races. Yeah, but
Yeah.
now I know you're based on, and I get what you're saying, because all the words that we speak, somebody could, if they had a whole movie reel of our life, everything that comes out of our mouth, they could point to something. They could point to 1997 and go like, "But why'd you do that?" You know what I'm saying? Like that. But once again, I would normally agree with that. It's just that you, Dr. Umar, don't give anybody grace.
Yeah. So why should you in this situation? Well, it'd be interesting to see the full story of everything because life be life, and who knows what the situation is. But I know that in our lifetime, we see so many people out in the front, and I guess I'm realizing that TV is different from the internet. There's an
Oh, the internet is a
authenticity.
different animal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's an authenticity that's there. And like you said, if you're giving that type of advice, but look at Steve Harvey. Didn't Steve Harvey write a relationship book after like 3-4 divorces? Like the brand is what the brand is. Is it entertainment or do we need Dr. Umar? Like if we caught Dr. Umar eating pork, are we gonna like
We would be pissed. We would be pissed.
yeah. And I guess that's because of the authenticity of what happens like, online. But it'd be interesting to see what his counter, because he doesn't give grace. So
But
it's
you
because
know
he
what?
will talk about the mama. You go, your mother. Then I don't know. I just want to see how this is going to pan out.
Oh well, then just to add more salt to the wound. I'll keep it 100. Disappoint. I'll give you a few more where the daughter situation came up.
I was just curious on a question for Dr. Umar here. You said he has 2 daughters. Is that correct, doctor?
Yes, sir.
What if your daughters come to you and say, Dad, I know your feelings, but I am falling in love with a guy outside my race?
And I will say, I will always love you as my daughter, and I will always be disappointed in your decision.
Ooh, that hurt.
Yeah.
Now I get what Keith's gonna say. He answered that question, and he stayed consistent to his theme. But how are you disappointed in somebody in their decision when you ain't been around to influence the decision or to set the example for the technically that disappointment that you have is because you didn't put the influence on your child the way you've done with us.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're going to say you're disappointed in a decision that you weren't around to create the foundation. So this young woman may not have chosen that decision. And maybe I'm nitpicking, but that's what you do. Not you, Keith.
Yeah.
But that's what you do.
Yeah, I think Umar is a master craftsman, and his brand has grew to be what it is. So I don't know. It's like, man, it's like you get trapped into that persona, right? That's why I'm proud of your healing and your growth. I'm proud of my growth because you can get trapped into if you're still takeover legend Michael Sean, right? But if you were still in that same mindset, you might not be alive right now. The mindset of like before. And that's the reason why, like with Keith from Up the Block, I love how that serviced me, but that's why I'm moving into other spaces right now. So like Jim Carrey says something very important. You either evolve into the person that you were meant to be, or you fall into a casket holding on to something that never really was.
Facts.
Right?
Facts on
So
facts.
the thing with Umar is, which Umar is a real Umar? Is there another Umar that's going to come out like, listen, I didn't really take care of my kids, and this is da-da-da-da. Or is he going to stick to that brand for the rest of his life, which opens him up to stuff like that? So when the daughter says she wasn't there.
And you made a good point because you're like, is it the brand? Do we stick to do people want the brand or do people, the problem is it's so convoluted. The brand can only grow to massive profit is if people take it more than the brand and then start embracing it as more than just a brand. No, this is a life. This is a lifestyle. And because it's just like football. people like who are fanatical about sports, like I was, even though I've detached myself. You need the fanatics in order to make $1 billion. You can't have rational thinkers.
Yeah.
You're not going to make billions because rational thinkers and go, wait, these football players are killing themselves when they retire. They're committing suicide and they're leaving their brains to science. And we're finding out that it's full with CTE. This game is barbaric. No, because you can't have that rational thinking. You can't have that. One more thing I have to pay off. So and we'll get to more of that. But Keith, I love the fact. Thank you for coming on because we're about to wrap. And I know you got things to do. You're also a teacher, correct?
Yes.
Where do you
Yes,
teach at?
today I'm over at Overbrook. I do acting, wellness. I teach young Black creatives how to meditate, and how to create film, and how to act and how to perform. This stuff that I did on Urban Expressions. I'm teaching to, young people now.
So, which obviously you have an investment and you have a passion to teach young people. Well, in the Caleb Wilson scenario, where a young man was killed during pledging the Omega Psi Phi. I'm not part of this fraternity. I've just performed at 100 different colleges. I never was part of. I told everybody.
Shout out to the Q Dogs.
So it started off that this I don't know. Are you part of a fraternity?
No.
Okay.
Now, I'm part of Funny Five Funny, Philadelphia Comedy Conference.
Funny Five Funny, exactly. And we gotta make sure you hit that. Caleb Williams was a man. He was online. The first story we heard was that he fainted while he was online while they were off campus. Well, that turned out to be a lie. That turned out to be that they were off campus in a warehouse, and he got punched in the chest. That led to the seizure. He died. Well, now it's only been a few days. Now the story has now expanded. And I'll let this young lady give you what now also happened that night.
His clothes? Y'all changed his clothes? You had time to change his clothes? Like every day that I look into this story and read other things and investigate, I get more disgusted than I was the day before. You changed his clothes. Y'all had time to change his clothes, not get him CPR and not get him to the hospital. You stop. I'm sorry, I'm a mother. God bless his mother, his father, his family, his bandmates, his friends. God bless and comfort y'all, because that's some criminal-minded type stuff. You had time to change his clothes. You changed his clothes so it looked like he wasn't in set, but he was playing basketball at 3 a.m. You had time to change his clothes. Post-mortem. Post meaning after, mortem meaning deceased, dead. And not provide aid to him or get him to the hospital in enough time to get the help he needed. Like, this goes beyond black, white, Greek, non-Greek. This is basic human decency that y'all didn't have. Where was his dean? Where was his ADP? The dean protects the line. I know my dean and my ADP protected us at all times. Where was the dean?
What?
Why were these young men not being protected? Yeah, you learn to protect yourself, but at some point, when things go sideways, somebody else has got to be in the room to protect you too.
So now we've gotten the third version of the story. Now we've got the story that you changed his clothes so you wouldn't get caught, because technically hazing is illegal, and you didn't want any evidence that he was taking part in a secret ritual to join the frat.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all want us to do with that, because at this point, everybody got to go to prison.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what, man? We have a hard time. We have a hard time just dealing with the truth of the truth of the truth of the truth. So far as like the fraternities and everything, and shouts out to everybody. I love it. Black excellence. I'm talking about stepping in the spirit of excellence. Come on, man. We seen School Days. We know what goes on with the paddles. We know what goes on with the trains that are ran. We know the excessive drinking. We know the crazy hazing part. So, yes, I'm pretty sure they changed his clothes because he probably had on an Omega. Yeah, he had on that. They didn't want the police to find it out that way. But it's like, we turn a blind eye until the true tragedy happens, right? To where somebody dies. It'd be interesting to see how many people in black fraternities have died from hazing, over a time. But come on, I'm not going to act like we don't know. I know people. Come on, the frats, they have brands. You know how crazy you got to be to get the brand. And I salute the ones that do that, but there's so much violence. There's so much criminality that goes on. It's just like with this whole puppy stuff. For years, he's been telling you what it's about in the songs, in the videos. There's 3 dudes, 50 chicks in the videos popping bottles. You don't think they're having a sex party? We see it. He's been saying that, but now it's like, oh my God, I can't believe he had parties and people were having sex at the parties. Yes, and I should have been at them. For real, Michael Shaw, I would have been at a damn puffy party. And I would hear the gay people can do what they got to do over there. Much love to them. I'm going to be at that puffy party. But back to the hazing. Like we act like we haven't seen it for years and know what it's about, but we know what it's about. And that's a shame. It's a shame that young man went through that. And so far as hazing, I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about hazing? Do you think that people should be hazed?
I have never, and this is just my personal. First of all, I want to just comment on what Keith said. We know what we know, and we choose not to know. I know that don't make sense. We know what we know, but we choose not to know.
That's like if Rick Ross got arrested for selling a lot of cocaine. Oh my God, Rick Ross! No way! For 4 hours he's been.
But when you go back to the hazing thing, I've never comprehended, because in my life, I'm not a thug. I'm not a hustling drug dude. None of that. Never been none of that. And the other thing I've never been none of is I've never had the desire to prove I want to be part of something. And wherever I've gone my whole life, by just my nature, I've always created my clique. And the people who are around me, I have never challenged them to prove to me that they are down with me. If they weren't, we parted ways. There was no discussion. I just said, oh, well, I saw that. You're in that box. We'll always say what's up. But and the people, so in high school, I formulated a crew. When I got on radio, I formulated a crew. Me and those people still are friends for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I've never understood me having to prove to you, I want to be down with you. I get it. It's as American as racism. It's something that people but I've never been for it. To me, if you see value in being with me, and the only reason you go through this is because you see value with being around me, I'm questioning how you really want to be around me, because there's something that you want to get. Yeah. There's something you want to get, and it's some gold bar up there that you want to get. It really ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It really has to do with you think being around is going to put you in a different situation. Then at that point, I don't want you around. So long story longer, that's why that's never interested me.
Yeah.
I've never been interested in the Masons. I got kicked out of a comedy show. Almost didn't get paid because I made a comment on the pictures on the wall.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. You can't tell me to look at something, and then when I tell you what I see, get mad because I'm telling you what I see, because I'm not seeing what you want me to see. I'm going to say that's what I saw.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird to me. I mean, no disrespect.
I think people like secret societies. This country, this world is built on different secret societies. So for Black people in the prestigious history, of these frats, I think that they've adopted things from these the non-people of color organizations and the American military. How many people die in boot camp? Because there's a lot of hazing that's going on there. That doesn't justify what goes on, but maybe the frats need to. I would say they need to change, but I don't think that they are. I was never the same way either. I couldn't see somebody spanking me on the ass with a paddle while I scream out their colors, or like other things that people go through, but we're different. I think that a lot of people equate success with joining these frats or joining the Masons. And I'm pretty sure we have some soror and some frats, you know, watch now, and they would, like, people would almost do anything to be a part of it. And sadly, this dude died, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and listen, I have a sister. I don't have a brother. I don't know if you have any brothers.
I have one sister.
But
One
I,
sister.
yeah, I have one sister, and the brothers that I do know, if one brother punches the other brother in the face, the other brother punches him back.
Yeah.
And those are real brothers. So I've never understand the basic concept of let me put you through this shit in order for you to prove your loyalty and love. Listen, I like Jilly from Philly would say.
Say it like this: if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do.
Running joke here, Keith, is that guys don't understand what the fuck she's saying, but every woman on the show says she do you understand that comment real quick before we go? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay. He's the first guy.
Yeah, I get that comment. And you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. Okay? It takes a certain, you gotta bring boss energy, step in excellence when you're doing anything. So it's kind of like, you can't be passive when leading any situation, whether it's relationship or whatever. So to deal with a certain type of woman, a certain type of situation, have that type of authority, you got to stand on your business. Back to the thing with Umar, he's not standing on business on that. So now he can't tell his daughter what to do. He can't tell.
You can't. He cracked the code. Women see women. You happy because guys understand this.
It's a gabillion good coochies out here.
And that one, we get that one. I don't know if you saw that one, but Keith.
Yeah, I saw it.
Thank you for taking time. We're gonna have you back and get you here earlier, so we can have more time with you. Promote. Tell them what's going on with the school. Tell them what's going on with you personally. Promote.
Okay. All right. So the first thing that I want to do, we've been talking about urban expression. So I got to give a shout out to my whole crew. We'll be talking about urban expressions more and share my truth, but I just want everybody to know that what we did was short of a miracle. It was 7 to 8, Black people coming together to create something that's dope, and it changed things. And I love everybody on the show. So big shouts out to them, everything they did. Sco for introducing me to the show. Monty on the scene, who does not get enough props for everything she did. Howard Gilliam Jr., who is the editor and director of Urban Expressions. Bruce B-Boy Davis, Rockstar P, who came up through Urban Expressions. Young Sir, Inferno, Princess Naya, Lisa, Ivory, Bruce Davis from Trenton, Ed Brunson, and Roz, who was the original host of Urban Expressions, the only one to vote for me to be the host. I love y'all. There's going to be more conversation, and I'm going to tell my truth. I'm going to start telling my truth in these interviews. So shout out to them and the whole Urban Expressions crew. All right. The next thing, Philadelphia Comedy College. We've been around since 2016. If you're located in Philadelphia, we started at Freedom Theater. Now we're located inside the Student Activity Center at Temple University. So on Tuesday, March 11th, we have at the Student Activity Center, but you must RSVP. All right, you do that by going to www.philadelphiacomedycollege.com. This first class is a free actual class. Yes, we will do our pitch. And Philadelphia Comedy College was founded by me and Andrea Kate Starton in 2016. But our illustrious, our incomparable lead instructor is the one and only. Is that we own the Chicago Bulls Stadium, but that motherfucker is Michael Jordan. It's because he is the mentor for myself, Kevin Hart, Michael Blackson, of course, Michael Shawn, just a big figure. He will be there on hand, and we will do a full comedy class on Tuesday, March 11th. Go to PhiladelphiaComedyCollege.com to do that. Mondays, Comedy Joe, St. Lazarus Bar, Front and Gerard. Come through. It's free every Monday, 9 p.m. to 2. We make Mondays look like weekends in the stand-up comedy, and it's right here in Philly to do that. Other than that, for everybody out there, for all my creatives out there, drink a lot of water, breathe in, and forgive somebody today. Not for them, forgive one person today. Whether it's that bully, whether it's that creepy uncle, whether it's whatever, work on forgiving one person today.
Sound familiar, y'all? Sound familiar? See, I got a code.
Oh, that's okay.
I got a cosign. I got a cosign from Keith. Forgiving other people ain't for them. It's getting
Yeah.
that. It's getting that off of you. Getting that energy off of you. Thank you, Keith. We're gonna have you back on the show. I really got to make that comedy, John, on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith from Up the Block. Yes.
Peace out.
All right, y'all. It's been a packed show. Let me get out of here. You already know what it is at Mike Sean Comedy. Love y'all. Shelly, in our prayers, condolences. And you need anything, reach out to the family. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happy. Oh, it would freeze immediately. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, anything, or any circumstance take it from you. From Michael Sean, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, Lady Q, WokeUpInspired.com. Get your merchandise from there, hoodies and all that good stuff. And my man, Keith from Up the Block for joining us. We are gone.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby.